So, oh, that was good to start with. Awesome. So I'm down to reclaim. I have trimmed everything. I've thrown everything, except for 3 6-pound balls that I have. I'm going to do that in the morning though. So I'm down to weighing out new balls. So we're going to start with the buff, because the Umbria reclaim will get everywhere and stain everything. So we're going to start with the buff. A little dry than I like, but okay. These are all going to be 3-pounders. It is kind of cold down here right now, and my clay is hard. Just a chill stream tonight. Just well, Gary approved. All right. So what I would really like to do with these, because these are actually rather rather dry, I would like to spray these down with water, wrap them up tight into a bag, and let them sit for a couple of days, and let them kind of reabsorb the water that's in the bag. But we don't have a couple of days. We are so we are down to working on throwing for the last day tomorrow. And then, like I said, I may be able to get a couple things thrown the day or two when I get back. And get them drying in the kiln, especially because they're going to be smaller bowls, so they'll dry quicker. They won't be as heavy. They'll be more for like cotton yarn than bulky yarn. I am very concerned that I'm going to split this board in half. I'm also absolutely killing my shoulders again because this clay is so hard. So So I can do 5 of these in each bag. That's 15 pounds. Sorry, it's such a quiet stream, guys. This is one, exhausting, and two, I've had a long couple of days. So I just am tired. Kind of did everything I needed to do with my character. I wish I had a list of mundane items in front of me that I could kind of go through and figure out what my farmer wizard turtle, my turtle farmer wizard, would carry on him. But it's just gonna have to be a tomorrow problem. I'm hoping that this kind of incorporates the soft with the dry clay overnight a little bit more. I am concerned that there's going to be some air bubbles in here. I can feel them. That's not good. I am scrolling through Reels at this point because I'm very much trying to stay awake. My goal was to be in bed by 9. Oh, it's always good to watch someone else wedge. A big I wish I was on a board that didn't move. If you're watching, I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. I truly am just absolutely exhausted. My shoulders were killing me yesterday. I took a bunch of Advil today to kind of make it stop. But I'm thinking I'm going to be taking some more. All right, this is actually feeling pretty good now. Just kind of curious. Try to get as close to try to get as close to my goal weight as possible here, but apparently I'm way off the mark at this point. Wow. Now I'm questioning my sanity and if I weighed out the rest of those correctly or not. Doesn't really matter. If they're not they're not 3 pounds, I can throw bigger. 3.3 is fine. One more in here. All right, this is way too wet. So I had kind of thought about spreading out some of my buff clay on a thing. I think I'm going to do it on here. All right. So we'll just move this over here. Man, do I not want to grab my phone right now. Yeah. Ickies. Okay. Wee. Sploosh. All right. So tomorrow morning, I will rearrange this ick. All right, now you'll notice that I only did that on the one side of the board because I actually have a bunch more over there that I'm going to put on here as well. Should it be thinner than this? Abso-fucking-lutely. It is what it is. Should have been doing this the entire time, and I wasn't. So we are not going to fall on our butts. Okay. So you weren't ready yet. I've got so many buckets over here. All right. Ah. Stepped on my. Yeah. Okay. There's one bucket down. Okay. So this is way too wet. So what's going to happen is I'm going to leave this out overnight. In the morning, I'm going to kind of move it around a little bit and try to get off some pieces that I can put up into arches to try to dry a little quicker. And then tomorrow night, if I can get the ones that I put up into arches into balls, they're still going to be too wet to throw with. But if I can get them into balls, then I'll get them into a bag so that when I get back from vacation, I should be able to throw with them. I kind of did a quick recount of the bowls. It looks like I'm somewhere between 85 and 90. So in theory, I only need like 10 of these, but I'm still going to go for 20. Okay. Oh my goodness. So heavy. And it's not just the clay, because as we saw in a previous video, after weighing the 4-pound bowls, they get to be about 2.5 pounds roughly. So some of this is hard, some of this isn't. Okay. We're going to start by moving the bucket. We'll move that bucket. Actually, that's a good point. So vinegar does two things. It softens clay very, very quickly, and it kills mold. So all of my reclaim buckets have just at least a little bit of vinegar in them. Because while mold is a thing that happens in the studio, I don't like it. So while you'll see some people reclaim clay with like a pound of mold in it because it adds to the plasticity and makes the clay better and blah blah blah. Ew. All right, just fucking ew. So, I will reclaim clay with mold in it because I'm not gonna let it go to waste. But if I can prevent the mold from happening in the first place, I will 100% do that. So this reclaim is a mixture of my Umbria, my Claire White, and the Buff. It's all of my Cone 6 clays into one reclaim. The reason I have this is for when I don't clean out my wheel properly between colors, which always. It's also for when I did the marble bowls. It's all the reclaim from that. So I'm never quite sure what exact color I'm going to get, if I'm going to get any marbling left over, which I don't really expect to. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't really expect to get any marbling after a good wedging and whatnot, but maybe. This is soft, very soft. So actually I'm going to weigh this out and I'm going to leave this out overnight so that it hardens up just a little bit more. Right now, I'm just kind of spiral wedging just to try to get a consistency, as the most consistent consistency possible. And then, it squeezes out a lot of those air bubbles. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, too wet to throw with. Other people would have different opinions. But yeah, definitely an Advil PM night tonight. Kind of curious how the air bubbles look in this now. When people say that you wedge it 100 times, they're not lying. People wonder why handmade things are so expensive, and I can tell you, when you put 5 hours into a piece and you can only sell it for $60 or so, and you realize 20 of that is supplies, if not 30, and you're making $5 an hour, and then you have to pay your insurance and all of that, it gets to be a little crazy. All right. Let's see. We're gonna use a wire cutter. Ooh, I felt an air bubble in there. Yeah, a couple still. And you can still see that there's still some marbling in here. Where are we at? Wait. 3.5 ounces, that's okay. That 5 ounces of water will make a difference. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to baggie these up, and I'm just going to let them sit overnight and kind of dry out a little bit more. This has been drying, even with the dehumidifier on, this has been drying for probably a week now. I typically do a lot of slam wedging. I don't do a lot of spiral wedging. Just because I'm not used to it. We're gonna see how that went. A couple of little ones. As long as I'm not seeing any big ones, typically okay with it. As I throw, they'll reveal themselves to me. All right. So these are going to be the 3-pound bowls. I'm going to throw these tomorrow. And throw these tomorrow. And I will trim them on Saturday. £3, 8 ounces. Again, close enough. Kind of hoping to get 20 bowls of reclaim to make 23-pound yarn bowls tomorrow. We will see how close I am. In worst case scenario, when I get back, I'll make another 5 and just, 10, and I'll just let them dry. I do have I do have a couple of bags to do too. And then once those are done, I'll grab that reclaim bucket and I will chuck it on this board. And I'll leave it. I may sprinkle it in vinegar and leave it till we get back. That seems appropriate. Maybe I probably won't even put a plastic bag over it. I'll probably just leave it since this took, I mean, this was on here thick. I don't know if it's thick like this, I'll probably just leave it. If it's thin, I'll probably put a plastic bag over it. I would like to get as much of this reclaim done and used as possible before I buy more clay. I am planning on doing another challenge in July for another 100 pieces. They are going to be not random pieces. I'm going to have a very specific item list, which I'm going to come up with while I'm on vacation. I'm going to sit down with Gary and we're going to look at the list of things I want to make, like notion bowls and hook holders and stuff like that. I hate this board moves. Yes, I know. Put down a wet towel. I know. I'm trying to get it on camera for you guys. You know what? You're just gonna sit off to the side for a minute while I wedge up your sister. This is an unfinished sanded board. It's one of the thin ones from Home Depot. Looking back, I would have gotten all of the thick ones and none of the thin ones. And eventually I will go and I will buy myself another board and I will cut it up and make myself more of the thick ones. I figured the thin ones would be lighter to kind of move around. And they are. But they also bend easily. And I did not do the grain in the correct direction. I did the grain this way instead of this way. So they bend much easier. I still have so many to do and my shoulders are just telling me to F off. So again, this clay is just super duper wet. Oop. And I am going to, once I ball it up, I'm going to leave it out overnight. Sorry. To dry it out a little bit more. Okay, now, sister ball of clay. See how pretty your sister looks? I want you to be that pretty. Okay. Look at how pretty she looks. Okay, we're going to do that to you next. I'd love to check my phone for something right now, but my fingers are icky. My phone's already disgusting. The one thing that I do have to do is call AT&T. They have a thing where if you go out of the country, it's like $10 and you can use your phone like normal. And I really screwed it up last time. So of course, mine was like the only one that didn't work, but I was also the person that was supposed to be in charge of getting into contact with everybody. So that was fun. Just trying to pick up some of that clay that's stuck to the board. Doesn't want to. Fine. Okay. Let's see what you weigh. Weighing you on camera, how rude of me. 4 pounds. Yeah, 4 pounds, 3 ounces. Okay. Boop. Boop. 3 pounds, 8 ounces. I mean, really, that's a good weight for how wet this clay is. I'm hoping it'll lose an ounce or two overnight. And then in the drying process, it'll still lose. Should be the appropriate amount. Okay. Oh, it's clean. Oh, big boy. Let's see how many bubbles you still have. Oh, you got some big ones. 3.6. 3.4. Okay. I need a better microphone because I just heard a really big pop. Look at that table being so empty over there. All right. So let's go grab So much pain. All the pain. So these were balls that I made up of pieces that didn't work out. I didn't weigh any of these, and actually I think these are pretty hard. Am I going to get down to slam wedging tonight? Maybe. No. All right, these look pretty good. Alright, this clay isn't super wet, so we're gonna actually weigh these out to roughly 3 pounds. Okay. So this is super hard clay. I mean, it's not. It's actually a pretty good consistency. But I am concerned that there's probably air bubbles in it. And it's just a little too hard to wedge. So I could slam wedge it with the balls behind me, make those a little harder, make these a little softer, much softer. But if these don't have massive air bubbles in them, oh, I felt that massive air bubble in there. Damn it. I mean, the marbling is definitely cool, but like those air bubbles are definitely there. Yeah. Wait. Man. The marbling is cool though. Okay. Fine. Fine. All right, we're gonna put still a bubble in there. Okay. Here we go. We take a slice from you. And then we take a slice from you. And then we take a slice from you. And then we take a slice from you. Okay, nobody needs my words here. We're making a cake, guys. It's as easy as that. We've got the hard cake right here. And we've got the nice and light frosting right there. Okay, well, Normally I have to do that 2, 3, 4 times. But she went rather well. It was just enough. And what's nice is this is going to sit overnight. So like I could throw this right now and like, would it be perfect? No. But with leaving it overnight, the drier, harder bits will suck up more of the moisture, and this actually is probably going to be perfect in the morning to throw with. Like perfect. Like it almost sort of feels like right out of the box right now. All right. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. Good enough that I think I'm going to throw it in a bag. Okay. Rather happy with how that turned out. Okay. I wasn't going to spend the extra time to do that, but I'm glad I did. So, I'm going to do the same thing here. A little bit of frosting to stick it to the bat. A little bit of cake. A little bit of frosting. A little bit of cake. Boop. 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 Okay. Yeah, I have to say that was a little too wet. This was a little too hard. But combining them made it just right. We're not Little Red Riding Hood. Who was the one that went into the bears? With Mama Bear and Papa Bear and Baby Bear. Whoever that was. All right. I hear Gary upstairs. He's probably just like, she said she was going to bed at like 9. 3.3. Well, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. That works. Okay. Not even quite sure why I'm bothering here. All right, looking for 3 pounds. Yeah, 3 pounds. Okay. All right, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. Guys, I'm exhausted. Bear with me here. I'm hoping the music is keeping you entertained, because sleepy. Alright, so let's see. I have 5 in the bag down here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was a good pop. 4, 5, 6, 7 of these random I have no idea how that white clay is right now. That may need a whole lot of tender loving care, because that dries out quickly. And other than squirting a little bit of vinegar on it at some point. But yeah, I don't think my shoulders can handle me throwing 10 bowls or wedging, wedging 10 more bowls and throwing 20 tomorrow. I don't think my shoulders can handle it. So I think whatever I wedge up tonight is going to be it until we get back. And then maybe I can wedge up more tomorrow and Saturday. Maybe the day I get back, or that Monday, I can throw a bunch. And I can keep them for, I can just let them slow dry till the very end. And maybe throw them in with some trees or something to get them through a bisque kiln. And honestly, we may not even need more, but I'm not sure. And I don't want to fall short, because if I'm doing this for 30 days, I'm doing it right. I don't want to fall short. I want to get a full 100 bowls out of this. And there's been a bunch of bowls that I've just been like, nope, don't like it. Not up to standard. So I've had a bunch of bowls go back into reclaim. Kind of random hard bit. It's fine. You can soak up some moisture and be ready for tomorrow. Oh, I just felt an air bubble go. Okay. Getting tired and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And while wedging doesn't require a whole lot of thought, everything requires a little bit of thought. All right. Come on. I just want you to circle up here. We're good. We're good. Okay. I have a bunch of bowls down here that I trimmed. Okay. Actually, I'll just put you with that. Okay. Just trying to think about how I can get through all this reclaim before I leave. And I'm fully aware that that is not a thing that is possible. I get it. But that's where my brain keeps going. Like, but if you stay up all night and you live on Advil, no. You don't need to sleep the night before you go away. It's fine. All you need to do is drive into the city. Everything's good. Yeah. My brain fails with the logic points when I'm exhausted. Pretty much anytime after 10 o'clock. My brain's just like, nope, it's done. Done. Like I have a game that is 9:30 in the morning. Love it. Love it. Never would have thunk to have a game in the morning. Love it. Well, except if I have Europeans, I typically do morning games. But yeah, never would have thunk to have a game in the morning, and it is phenomenal. That was a nice bubble. Come on. I typically do my wedging on the pouring table upstairs, standing up. So it's kind of weird to be wedging and sitting. But I also think if I was standing up right now, I would fall over. So yeah, this was one of those ones where I feel like I should have done it a second time. Although that squish really helped. I have a friend who absolutely loathes the smell of vinegar, and she would hate how this clay smells right now, because I've definitely hit this thing with vinegar at least once. A lot of people hit their clay with bleach, but like, I don't want bleach on my hands. Like, I touch this shit all the time. Yeah, I don't want this shit I don't want bleach in my mouth. So I definitely I stick with vinegar. Because I'm a child, and sometimes, hand to mouth. Just something as simple as touching my water bottle or whatever, like, nope, nope, nope. Vinegar. I'm not saying it's healthy to eat the clay, but like, I would much rather eat the clay than bleach. That was about killing mold, by the way. You just jumped into this conversation at that point. That's a bad conversation. Just, oh man, guys. I feel like I just have word salad at this point. All right. So I said I should have done it on the last one. So that's what it looks like, right? Layer of the soft stuff, layer of the hard stuff. Hello. Couldn't remember how I did this for a second. One goes that way, one goes that way. One goes that way. Such a pretty marble. I'd hate to lose it, but I'm definitely going to. Okay. I think my music stopped. Yep, my music stopped. Oh, that's better. Still a little hard, but I think it's hard because my shoulders hate me. It's surprisingly still hard. Um, I'm actually kind of thinking about mixing this with another thing of soft clay. But I have that other bag over there that I don't know how hard that is. So, all right. I don't know how much this weighs. Well, this says it is 2 pounds, 5 ounces. That is incorrect. This might be all I'm getting done tonight. Okay. Okay. Boop. And now I'm randomly hungry. Was not at all hungry 2 seconds ago. Boop. I just made you. Okay. All right. I should be doing this in much thinner sections. So I was joking with Gary that when we go away, I'm going to have to hit the gym because I'm going to come back and I'm going to be soft. A week of no throwing, no wedging, no nothing. And if there's anybody in chat, I'm very sorry. I'm not even quite sure I know how to get into chat at this moment. That's a pretty darn nice consistency. Okay. Now I want a checkerboard cake. Specifically from a little place in Hackettstown that doesn't do it anymore. Used to get it for birthdays at Sasko all the time. And they stopped doing it, and then I started either going to Weiss or baking them. It's nice. I can feel like the little squares of hardness in there, but Okay. This is all buff. None of this is mixed. Okay. Cool. All right, so that's the last wet one. So that one will stay out for the night. Oh, 5. 5 buff in that bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this bag. Actually, you know what? Just fill her up. 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th one will stay out. And I'm going to leave this buff for reclaim for tomorrow and hope I can get to it. Oh, because I'm done. I'll also lay out this reclaim tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do it right now. Sure, you can hear me huffing and puffing over the microphone, man. I am tired. All right, so this is my random reclaim. There is a bunch of hard, a bunch of soft, a bunch of kind of everything in here. Um, I'm going to take all the bits that might dry out by tomorrow out of here. And these hard pieces I'm going to put back in. I don't know if you can hear the squishing bit. Um, but yeah, I may actually be able to mix this soft stuff with this hard stuff tomorrow and make a bunch more reclaim that I can that I might actually be able to use tomorrow. But for the moment, Advil PM and a good nap is the only thing on my list of things to do tonight. Okay. I think I may add some water to this bucket. First to me. Into the bucket. Okay. Well, that will be it for me for this evening. The only other thing that I honestly could do is weigh out this buff. And that's the problem, right? I say stupid shit like that, and I'm like, yeah, but I could just get it done, and then it would be done. No, I'm tired. I got to get some sleep. I got to. All right. So, thank you so much if you've been hanging out with me. Sorry I haven't checked chat at all, but 100 yarn bowls, 30 days. We've got this challenge.